There you are. Not too tight, I hope. The collar, I mean. Oh, not to worry. Every dog has to get used to its leash. In the meantime, your next stop will be Magister William. All passengers have to be registered in the ship's manifest, and he's the chap in charge of the logs. You'll find him on the other side of this deck, in the officers' quarters. Why? Because we're at sea, of course, and have been for several days.
Index fingers pressed to her lips, she pauses a moment to give you a scrutinizing gander.
My word, you do seem a bit befuddled, don't you? Perhaps I was a bit too generous with that sedative. Oh, well, I'm sure you'll soon gather your wits. Most likely. Eventually. In the meantime, all you need to know is that we're en route to Fort Joy. A new life awaits, and if you're a particularly good boy, perhaps a cure as well. An end to Sauce. For good. Why, for my peace of mind, of course. Why don't you try casting one of those Sauce spells of yours? See what happens.
Currents of magic surge inside you, boiling, bursting, then breaking, only to fade back into your soul like rain into the earth.
My, look at the concentration on your face. All will, but no result. There you have it. See? The collar's function. It neuters you of sorts. Makes you unable to cast. For your own peace of mind, of course. Yours and the... What a well of knowledge this tome is.
No known associates.
Dallas is such a dear lending it to me.
Spending time with
Good
others.
gods! There's...
Behind the Magister, a bloodied mass lies in a heap. Gore and limbs lie at odd angles. You can't make out a face amid the mess.
There's been a murder. A sorcerer was killed by one of your own. Lucky you were busy getting your... Waters is investigating. She'll figure out who did it. Always does. Aren't you, Enterprise? Go ahead. She with the body.
Ugly sight, isn't it? Burns me up this happened under our protection. We're extremely lucky no Voidwalker followed the source that did this. Finn didn't see it like that. He was desperate for us to help him. Two things scared the living daylights out of him. We'll find out who did this. Speak.
She looks up at you with a mirthless smile.
I was on duty in your room when the murder happened. You were asleep the whole time. Didn't even stir. You're one of the only indisputably innocent people on the ship. Unless you can commit murder in your sleep, of course. Finn was killed by Source. If a Magister could do that, it looks more like a passenger managed to slip their collar. And the rest, well, you see the evidence. Listen, I could use someone to keep their ears open among the passengers. Sometimes they clam up in front of a uniform. Bring me a good lead, and I'll throw in a shiny gold coin for you. How about that? Think about it. It's one of you who got killed, not one of us. We want to find who did it and bring them to justice. Who's your real enemy here? You let me know if you hear anything. Whoever did... It seems as though there's a pattern in the blood flow. That can't be natural.
Please, please, please! I forgot how to sing. I did.
Well, well. What have we here? A fresh face in this stale hell. Let's size you up, shall we?
The lizard looks you up and down, like if all of a sudden he grips you firmly by...
Now then, to business. You will... Oh, goodness. On to the second question. Can you knit, weave? In short, take... Oh, but on then to my final query. Have you the ability to administer the upkeep of one's personal appearance? Goodness gracious.
You think me mad?
Here to register, sir. Good, good. Magister Williams is just... You faring okay so far?
He tugs the collar of his uniform and chuckles.
Sorry you're upset, sir. But You head on in now. Williams will get...
Keep those bolts trained on her. And if she...
Standing at the center of the room, you spot a sorcerer haughtily eyeing a pair of nervous-looking magisters. They keep...
So you admit it, then? You...
Yes, I did. But of course, that was only the big...
She turns her head and looks you straight in the eye.
There are others whose lives must end.
Good God! The woman's mad! You there, sorcerer! Go and fetch Magister Siwan! We need to do more than collar this maniac. We need to shackle her, hands and feet.
By all means, do as the officer says. But you had better hurry, because...
She reaches for her collar and simply removes it.
I'm just about to create a scene.
Subdue her, men, quickly! If she casts source, the Voidwoken will come. They'll end us all.
She smiles with wicked satisfaction.
Precisely.
What's happened?
Not long before this thing snaps into splinters! Onwards and upwards! Gods damn it! Need to get off this wreck and quick! Gods!
The marking on the door was painted recently, judging from its pungent scent. You recognize the symbol immediately. You press your palm against the door to open it. The wood feels neither. It doesn't budge. And the skeleton is quick.
No, it catches...
The skeleton looks up and notices you.
Oh. Yes? Shouldn't you be running or screaming or some such?
The skeleton groans.
Yes. No wonder you ridiculous creatures keep... Why on earth would I do... And given that this... Speaking of which, do you not have lifeboats to fight over? Please, I had a mask that was still... She'll drown with the rest of these fools. And I will...
The skeleton...
I am... And I will be... Go on! Go...
The moment you touch the door, your belly goes hollow, and your skin... The door groans open.
Something's breaking through! What the hell, Deathwalk? I need to get out of here, now!
The market, you press your palm. suddenly face to face with the skeleton is quickly...
No. What damn fools record knowledge on a It catches fire, it turns into must when wet.
The skeleton...
Oh. Yeah, no, and I am this. Don't. Please, my time is short. Please, my.
The moment you touch the door, your belly goes hollow and your skin goes pale. The moment you touch the door, it doesn't budge. The door grows...
Something's breaking through! What in the hell, Bedford? I need to get out of here! Now!
First, just like the old stories say.
The dwarf yanks at one of the nearby...
You said there were other people down there.
You see those tentacles, kid? It's time to get the hell out of here.
Thank you! There's a ladder right over there.
You're gonna be the death of us, you hear?
The Magister lies on the floor.
If you can walk, get yourself up the ladder. There's a... Wait! Void Woken! These beardless bugs won't sink the ship on my watch.
Let the games begin.
They who are about to triumph salute.
I thought Voidwoken was supposed to be scary.
I've faced worse.
Glory is mine!
Let's head above decks for some air.
I hear something. It's Magister Siwan.
She tries to speak, but can only gape as she clutches her neck, trying to stem the bleeding of a gushing wound. With jagged movements, she raises her clenched fist and holds out a length of cloth, soaked with some kind of strong-smelling tincture. Blood quickly soaks through the cloth. Magister Siwan's mouth opens and closes, her eyes wide in terror. Blood pours out from around the bandage. Magister Siwan reaches out to you, her hand flailing. It's working. The pressure is stemming the flow of blood. Siwan clutches something within the ship, snaps. The floorboards shudder. Siwan struggles to her feet, clinging to you tightly. The ship lets out a deep groan.
It's ripping the ship apart. This is it!
I have plans for you, child. Rise.
Honorable Dallas, we lost a ship sailing sorcerer prisoners to Fort Joy. We assume some escaped and broke their collars. Their vile magic lured the Voidwoken. All who were aboard are presumed dead. Yours faithfully into eternity, High Judge Oriven.